Just for vaguely hearing the sound, they hit you with
Yeah.
it. So stupid. We're live, so don't say anything that'll incriminate you.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey! Woo! Sports show!
Best friends.
It's the sports program on TSPN with Derek, Zach, and Sean, who's been here the whole time. Head over to timespentpoorly.com and give the show a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and help move this show into more people's suggested lists. This show is also streamed live on many platforms, including YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Follow and subscribe so you don't miss out on an opportunity to chat in and give the guys a piece of your mind during the broadcast. Want to support the show? Great! Go to patreon.com/timespentpoorly to see how you can do that. And now it's my pleasure to bring you the hosts of the sports program on TSPN, Derek, Zach, and Sean.
I didn't know you were gonna do it. I thought you had a plan.
I know. I know what I did. I did have a plan, and that was exactly it.
I improvised, I think.
You did really good. I was 50-50 that it was going to be you catch on and do something really fast, or it was going to be you just staring and
Like
then
waiting.
me hit it. Which I would have worked either way.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny. That was too good. Welcome to the show, everyone. No Zach right now. He's just a little busy as we speak. This is the pre-Royal Rumble show, though. We're going to do a stream today. Live of the whole. We're gonna watch the entirety of the Royal Rumble. Little stream party. I got some wings cooking right now, or so actually they're drumsticks. They're spicy drumsticks going. I got the pre-show on TV right now. I'm playing some Destiny. It's gonna be a good time.
Destiny.
Well, we got some, dude. There is some stuff that's going on in the sports world, though, that I definitely want to talk about. The biggest one being the big trade.
Yeah. Are we going right into football?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Might as well.
There's a lot of good basketball going on too.
Well, football.
But I think the big thing is football. Like
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Super Bowl in just a week now.
Yeah.
But prior to that, you hear that Jared Goff is going to be a Lion and Matt Stafford's going to be a Ram.
Yeah.
Who won that deal?
The Rams. I think
the real answer is Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Because I still don't think the Rams are I don't think they'll win that division still. But I do think that like what you've seen with the Rams, I guess it's all like kind of imaginary, but like you see the Rams and you see the talent they have, but then you know they have Goff as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see what Matt Stafford does with less talent and all the stats he puts up over in Detroit, and you have to imagine, right? Like he's got to ball out, right? Like that's if you're just going by like what we've watched, I think Matt Stafford is clearly the better quarterback.
Yeah.
And systemically, like the Rams are a better franchise. So it's got to be a better deal for Stafford. He did want to leave the Lions. It's not like he's blindsided or anything like that.
Yeah.
He knew it was coming. They all knew it was coming. I don't think any of us really expected it to be the Lions.
I didn't.
I with 1 week ago, if you had asked me where I thought he was going to go, with 90% certainty, I said probably the Colts.
Yeah, you did.
I thought the Colts would be the ones to make that deal happen. And also the Colts, they also said they really wanted a veteran, right? Like it just makes, to me, Stafford makes sense for the Colts too. It makes sense to what they're saying they want, right? Like they don't want a rookie. So like it makes sense for me for the Colts to try to make that deal happen because they want a franchise quarterback that's a veteran. So like doesn't Stafford kind of fit that narrative like almost 100%?
Yeah. I just think
I thought he was going to go.
He would look good in that dark blue.
Yeah. And I just thought like really it just seemed like a natural fit. Like he seems, but the more I think about it though, the more I think the Rams are a good fit too. Like I think that like the coach is a good fit. The team, the Rams are a good fit for Stafford too.
Yeah.
Now Goff though, I'm afraid he's going off to die.
He's done. I don't know. I can't see him doing anything with the Lions.
Well, because this is what I was thinking about. Like, so Goff. Okay, so Goff is mediocre, but the Rams are good. So the Rams ended up doing what they've done, right? And the Lions are bad, but Stafford's good. So, like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, my imaginary like placement on teams is like it's got to be like Stafford on a good team makes team really good. Like the Rams could potentially be really scary, but Stafford was like carrying the Lions.
Yeah, and I don't think Goff can carry anything.
No, Goff is like, isn't Goff like kind of that system quarterback? Like, isn't it like it's think about before McVay went to LA, right? Like,
yeah,
wasn't Goff like a bust? Basically, like borderline a bust. Like, wasn't he almost done?
Yeah, like he was definitely. And then they went to the Super Bowl, which saved him.
Right. But I thought like before McVay went there, I thought they were already like looking towards somebody else.
Yeah. I think I would have thought.
So I don't know if he lasts through this. I don't know if he makes it in Detroit. I don't think so. Detroit got a few other little picks and stuff too, though. They got some other stuff out of it. I don't know. It's just Detroit doesn't do anything with those,
Yeah.
But then again, this is the same NFL that has the Cleveland Browns, who have made the most out of a lot in the last few years. So maybe the Lions do this thing where they like wake up and they start making good picks and stuff too. But then you look at what they did with their coach, and it's like, okay, so never mind. No.
So is this saving the Lions a lot of money with this trade too? Because Stafford was pretty expensive, right?
Stafford is expensive, but actually in comparison to so Stafford was like the first of those new big deals, like where people, when he got his extension, it was like, holy shit, like he's getting a lot of money. But now in comparison, he's not getting anything compared to like, Mahomes, but Mahomes is worth it. I don't know. I do think Stafford is worth it. I think we've seen it on the Lions. Like the guy puts up huge numbers. Now put him on a team where he has like Cooper Kupp and
that's exactly like
a running game.
I'm thinking of Stafford with these guys now, with a defense, with just all of it.
Yeah, they're strong on both sides of the ball. McVay is somewhat of McVay. I think McVay saved Goff.
Yeah,
like saved Goff's career, and Stafford doesn't necessarily need that kind of hand holding, but he'll get it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot like I'm not going to compare Stafford to like the skill of Deshaun Watson, but Deshaun Watson had the Texans on his back.
Yeah.
But I think if Deshaun Watson went to the Lions, it would have been this. It would have been the same thing. Like they're losing a lot of games, but he's putting up huge numbers, kind of like Stafford was. But if you put Deshaun Watson on a team like the Colts or the Rams, the Falcons, even the Falcons, the Steelers, like to teams where there's talent there, and you see like glimpses of it. Like imagine if the Steelers would have had a running game and not Ben.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows even further where they could have gone?
Yeah, this season.
Right. Or with, the Colts, their loss wasn't Phil's fault, but I mean.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I thought that defense was the one this year. I mean, it still was.
Kind of Phil being Phil, though, right? Like he just
Yeah.
lost in the big game.
Couldn't, yeah. Because it wasn't, what was the score of that game even? It wasn't like a blowout.
No. Was that also, did Zach say that Uncle Phil's never won a playoff game ever?
No. Yep. I think that's what he said.
He's never won. I thought he'd won at least one in that season with the Chargers, but I think they were number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Or number 2. And that was back when number 2 seeds didn't have to play a wild card weekend. It's the before time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. I think Randy's kind of swung me. I think I could see Watson going to the Jets. I don't think he's very successsial there.
Yeah. I don't.
But also, maybe he is because the Patriots aren't good. The Dolphins are barely kind of good.
Yeah, the Dolphins were confusing.
Isn't that that's kind of anyone's division to take, right?
Especially with let me see here.
Bills though. Got to go through the Bills.
The Bills are the top dogs in that division.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean the Jets couldn't easily become a second best team with with Deshaun Watson there, it really is it changes a lot.
I just feel like it would just be to me it's him just playing in Houston still. That's how I feel about it.
Except for like Randy has pointed out though, and it's a good point, and Zach's pointed it out too.
Yeah.
That they do have a bunch of like first round picks though.
Yeah.
So they could go and with a ton of cap space.
Mm-hmm.
So they could go out there and get a bunch of really good picks in the draft, a bunch of starters, like a bunch of starter defense, starter offense, and then because that cap space and all those rookie deals they'd be getting, they could go out there and let's say you got Deshaun Watson out there, maybe you do attract some like bigger free agents.
Free agents, yeah.
Who would really like to play with like Deshaun Watson. And those free agents are also, I imagine, probably thinking also, you get Deshaun Watson as a quarterback, you have all this potential, but then also your competition is the Dolphins, like on the cusp of being good. The Patriots, you don't know with them.
Yeah.
The Bills are good, but I mean, like, could I make a run for like being a really good second best team and make wild cards?
So, and then with the Patriots, Cam's not staying, right? That's already, he hasn't been officially, but
yeah, I don't know.
They're not, I don't think they're going to give him another season, which I don't think it was his fault that they did bad. He just didn't have anybody to throw to.
I mean, I think who they would want is Jimmy G, but I don't know how you get him back. You don't have anything to trade.
Colin Howard said, is it Howard? Is that his last name? Coward. So he was saying Niners he did a whole,
will have to be like a multi-team thing.
Well, yeah, it was like, what did he call it? Quarterback dominoes I think is what he called it. So he started with Deshaun just going straight to San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
And then it was the Jets draft somebody. I can't remember what it was. They draft somebody. Garoppolo back to New England. Darnold somewhere.
Jesse's making a good point here, too. The Jets would have to trade a lot of those picks for Watson. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, it might take. How many first round picks they have? 4. It might take all 4.
Can we look at the draft order already?
I think so. I'll pull it up. I think they have 3 or I think they have 3 or 4 though.
Oh, whoops! I didn't.
Well, so they would trade Darnold.
They have number 2.
They would trade Darnold. That number 2, they would have to trade that number 2 and Darnold. You might be able to get it done with Darnold and 2 first-round picks, or Darnold and a first round, and then maybe like all your second-round picks or something. Yeah. It's going to take a lot, though.
So yeah, it's Jacksonville, then New York at 2. Let's see what they. I know they have more in the first round. They have to, right? Yeah. Then they're the 23rd pick, so they only have 2 in the first round. But still.
2 in the first round. Okay. It might take both, man. It might take both first rounders and Sam Darnold to get that done.
But I don't know if that's worth it.
I mean, is it worth it? I'll tell you this: if it was Bill O'Brien, it would have been done yesterday.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, and all of those picks would have been gone. Deshaun Watson would have been gone. Deshaun Watson would have been traded with a few of their picks for Sam Darnold and like the number 2 overall pick.
I don't. Yeah, I think it would have been. Yeah.
Okay, Stafford Knight has another good point. Stafford took 2 first, a third, and Goff. So it wasn't like that's right. It wasn't quarterback for quarterback. Like it took a lot to do it.
Yeah.
So you're not getting less than 3 firsts for. Yeah, good point. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they get it done, and I still don't know why Watson would want it. I know he wants out of Houston. It's probably really toxic at this point now too.
I think what makes more sense is the Miami swap.
I think so too.
I think that makes more sense than the Jets getting him.
Man, I'd want Brian Flores as a coach too.
Is that the coach in Miami?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
It's going to be a weird.
Stafford was fast though, right? That was fast.
I did not think it was going to be this soon.
I didn't think we would see him move till summer.
Yeah. Yeah, think about it. I mean, the Super Bowl hasn't even happened yet.
I didn't even hear. I'm sure there was stuff out, but I didn't even hear other teams express that they were. I'm sure other teams reached out, but I didn't even hear about any of those. I just literally heard he wanted out of Detroit, like mutual, like parting ways. Yeah. And then the next thing you hear is he's gone, and they got Goff.
I just don't see the. So, what did they get exactly? Didn't Jesse just say what they got? The first and the third.
The Lions got first and a third, 2 firsts and a third.
Two. So, but some of them were for later years, right?
I might have been, yeah. Miami, and as much as I'm not sold on it, San Francisco make more sense for Watson. I think Watson would do amazing in I think either of those.
I don't know.
If you're Watson, I want Miami.
If you want to win, I'd want San Francisco.
I feel like Miami's got that same boat as the Jets, though, right? Like Miami, like your competition is the Jets and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Question mark.
I guess if you're talking divisional matchup, but I'm talking about
tough, man.
I'm talking about all around like player talent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
You got George Kittle and like Mostert and
yep. And
that's a great offense. Can be.
Debo, if all of those guys stay healthy, which I'm convinced that the NFL is rigged now. I think they were all healthy, but I think that the NFL wanted them to sit out. It's all rigged to me.
It's all rigged now.
It's WWE, and that's how I'm gonna view it from now on. I was talking to my buddy because I'm upset about Tom Brady going to the Super Bowl.
Sure, yeah.
And he's like, man, you got to just view it like I view all sports now. It's all about what's going to get the best views. And then,
I do believe that there is some. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I think if you want to believe the conspiracy theory for Brady, like there's been some pretty egregious things that happened just this season alone that got him where he is.
I think the Leonard Fournette first down proves it's all bullshit.
Man, it's not just a blown. I mean, and they try to write it off as like, oh, it's just a blown call, right? It's like, is it though? How bad of a?
This isn't a blown call.
Well, it's
first down here.
That's not even where the ball's not even supposed to be there. Yeah. That's the thing, is that's the placement. So I think how if you watch that video, it looks like the referee puts the ball because he's clearly way far back from where he even places the ball.
Yeah, and where
it looks like the referee is thinking that where I place the ball right now, because they can only eyeball it, right? Like they have to eyeball it. Mm-hmm. He's putting it down where he thinks it's going to be a first down.
Yeah,
like it's pretty egregious. Like he looks like he's placing the ball where he thinks it'll be a first down. It's way ahead of where Fournette got.
Yeah,
and then they bring out the chains. And I think they're thinking, like, at this point, like, oh, fuck, we didn't put the ball far enough forward. And they're just like, first down. Like, just, we'll just write it off as it's a bad call.
Yeah. Or just like, they didn't call one PI that entire Green Bay game.
Oh, yeah.
And then they finally call one at the end. And then Aaron Rodgers not running that ball in for the touchdown.
And Aaron Rodgers is, man, I don't know if it's craziest because I think he's a Packer, obviously, like next year. But I'm not 100% on that. If anyone's the type of guy to go, no, I want out, it could be Aaron Rodgers to go,
yeah.
You didn't give me the ball in the last few minutes of this game.
Mm-hmm.
You went for a field goal. Like,
yeah. Well, and that was wild too. That choice was crazy. The fact that he didn't even run it in when he had on like the third down or the second down, like he had two times where, and I don't know in his head if he wants to get the win by throwing it, like if he wants that, like
could be. I mean, they did have every opportunity to. I mean, Brady threw 3 interceptions and they didn't turn even one of those into a touchdown.
Or a field goal or nothing.
They had every opportunity to come back and win that game.
It's just the same thing that happened in the San Francisco Ravens Super Bowl where they're on like the 5-yard line, and instead of having Frank Gore running the ball, they tried to throw it 4 times.
Yeah.
You didn't even try. If you don't even, I don't understand. I think it is when your head coach is a quarterback from playing quarterback in college, they want that big QB win. So,
and you know what sucks is I like Bruce Arians, and like there's a part of me that's like stoked for Bruce Arians to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He retires, comes back. He was a good coach too.
Yeah. He's a great coach. He's a great offensive coordinator. Man, I miss him in Pittsburgh.
I know, Jesse. I know those fades were my nightmare.
Man.
But yeah, exactly. Bruce Arians, great coach. Tom Brady.
I think it's just because it's Brady, it's just a sour taste.
It's sour to me because he went to a team, and I've been preaching it all week. He went to a team that obviously last season for the Buccaneers, Jameis Winston was the problem.
Yeah.
Their defense was already pretty good.
If they would have had a quarterback last year, they would have been a really good team.
Yeah. And so Tom Brady goes to a team which
already got like there.
Yeah, which is smart for him. But I keep saying that I'm not impressed because of that.
Yeah.
It's cool you did it. You did exactly what you should have done. I'm not going to be impressed because you went to an all-star team and you did exactly what you were supposed to do.
And that's probably how I would have felt if Phil would have got to the Super Bowl with the Colts.
Yeah.
I probably would have felt around the same way. Like, I mean, yeah, it's cool you got to a Super Bowl, man, but that team was already ready to go. Like,
yeah, they were pretty good the season before with Dorsett and like kind of having to swap out QBs because of injuries.
Oh man, I genuinely thought that if Andrew Luck was going to play that season, this season he retired,
yeah, they might have.
Here, I honestly thought like, man, this is a Super Bowl contender. Like Andrew Luck could very well get his Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but
and that's my problem. That's why I kind of don't even want to watch Super Bowl, because Tom Brady, you did exactly what you should have done with that team. It's not impressive. Good for you. You might get 7. And I just don't. I like Mahomes. I like the Chiefs.
I'm gonna watch it because I want to see Mahomes and the Chiefs do it again.
Yeah,
it's funny is people are talking about. I've seen a lot of talk about how the Chiefs could become the next Patriots, where in a few years, if they win a few more, maybe we'll hate the Patriots or hate the Chiefs. And I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so because first off, I think Andy Reid is way too likable for it. I think that's a big thing. Like last year, I typically like the Niners as as a NFC team.
Yeah.
And I still was pulling for the Chiefs because of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Like it had nothing to do with if it would have been the 49ers and literally any other AFC team other than the Steelers. Mm-hmm. I probably would have been like Niners hands down, let's go all day. And also I liked that matchup anyways because I like both of those teams. It was like the first Super Bowl in forever where I was like, man, I don't care who wins this because I like both teams.
Yeah, I
don't see them becoming the Patriots because Andy Reid's likable, Mahomes is likable. You also don't have a bunch of stuff about, Deflategate and taping other teams, and you don't, even if it happens, you don't see it.
I mean, and the fact that people are like, well, everyone does it. Well, yeah, but they got caught. That's the difference. It's, Yeah. And I don't care. Whatever, the deflate the ball thing, like whatever.
Yeah, I didn't care about that either.
And then like video on other teams, like that probably still happens right now.
It's just there was so much stuff that caught him. Yeah. And then Bill Belichick is a pretty unlikable dude. That's also there. There's also that. Like, he's not a very charismatic fella, like he's not funny. Like, after the Super Bowl, like, Andy Reid, what are you going to do? He's like, well, I'm going to go eat a bunch of cheeseburgers. And, it's like, Andy Reid.
And then Bill Belichick's just like, on to the next.
Yeah, on
to the next. So I did like watching Bill throw that phone. Did you see that? I loved that because I watched it live and I was like, dude, this is.
There was a part of me that wanted to see Cam Newton work.
I did too. I wanted to see them do, okay.
I still think Cam Newton could have it.
He just needs that right team. I don't know who the team would be. Oh!
Caught her off guard.
We can't hear you.
You gotta unmute yourself.
I said Hello. I'm eating. I'm eating, and you don't want to hear this.
I know, but that's why I just thought it was funny. I saw your camera pop up, so I added you. Bree's gonna join us for the Royal Rumble stream. She's got her representation on. She's wearing Edge, by the way. Edge is the number 2 entrant into the Royal Rumble.
He's walking.
Daniel Bryan is in it.
Do they walk in an order?
They do. It's 30 entrants. Yeah.
Who's all? You don't have to tell me. I'll watch it.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Who should I root for?
Edge, obviously.
No, I don't like Edge, dude. I actually completely hate him.
I love Edge.
It's because I hate his.
root for Becky Lynch's baby.
Oh,
The baby.
The baby's gonna be in it.
yeah. How old is it now? 3 months.
Something like that.
Really, like a little
Yeah.
infant. All right, I'll take you out of here. We'll get back on for the Rumble.
Cool.
Enjoy your chips.
I love that hair still, dude. I love that.
Yeah, she's got it on lock. Jesse and I'm sure you can piece together enough all 22 tape and get signals all you want to, so you don't really know what the big deal. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I mean, you can watch the tapes from the games that you played them earlier in the season or whatever, right? Like what? You could have people sitting at home watching the games.
Yeah. Are we gonna save our Super Bowl picks for next weekend? I think we should. Our actual picks. We'll be talking about the game itself. I think we all know who we are rooting for, but I don't think we've said who we think will win.
Yeah. I'm gonna do mine now though.
Yeah. I want to wait for Zach as well.
Yeah, so do you think he'll show up eventually? Probably.
Yeah, he might show up on the stream though. NBA though, dude. Man, so the Blazers are still like holding it together. That's like the two teams I can report on the most. Basically, is like the two teams I'm watching the most. But the Blazers are holding it together. They have a bunch of injuries. It's like the same story every year. They're holding together though. Like they've lost some games, won some games. The Nets have been, man, so far the chemistry is there. Like the Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, like it's working out so far. Harden had a bunch of assists. He's been getting a bunch of assists. Like he looks good out there. I think Zach said it best. Like when they win the East, like the narrative will be like that Harden is like the next Steve Nash because he's getting a bunch of assists and pairing him up with Steve Nash has been like a really great mix as well. Like a really good matchup.
One because he looks happy.
He does look happy. There's that picture. I was gonna send it to you on Instagram. It's a picture of him like. Was it Kyrie Irving or Kyrie Irving is like hugging like Harden from behind, or it's vice versa? Like,
yeah,
they look like they're actually really enjoying their time on the team. Kevin Durant didn't play in the last game. He just got a rest. Like he's not hurt or anything.
Yeah.
He just got a rest, but he was there, which was kind of cool. Like he was because you don't see that a ton. A lot of times when they get a rest, they're just not there. But he was there, and he's all walking around the sidelines, high-fiving teammates, and like Kevin Durant's he's kind of the emo guy. He's a little emo. I've always found him to be kind of emo. Yeah. And he's all like giving people high fives and looks like a great supporter, like on the sidelines, like a great like team rah guy. I was like, man, this is insane. Like I don't. It was a great season for me to jump aboard the Nets bandwagon.
Well, you're not really bandwagoning. You just like Steve Nash, and that's where.
Remember I told you guys before James Harden. Here, I'll flip it around here.
Uh-huh.
I told you guys before the season even started. As soon as they got Coach Steve Nash, that was going to be my new team from the East. I mean, it was settled in. One fell swoop of hiring him as the head coach. I was like, oh yeah, Coach Steve Nash, this is my team. He's my third favorite basketball player of all time. Like
he's great.
Yeah. I mean, I say he's my third favorite basketball player of all time. He's like tied for 3 spots basically. But like Nash, Allen Iverson, and Carmelo Anthony are like the 3 that I've always like really enjoyed watching.
I love Steve Nash. I love that thing about his greatest play in Los Angeles, and it was just the water bottle. Or no, it was the basketball. Yeah. He's just
kicking like a little soccer ball.
Yeah.
Also, I love that Trae Young. I love that little Trae Young, like his favorite basketball player of all time is Steve Nash. And when Trae Young got drafted, Steve Nash called him, and like Trae Young was on Dan Patrick's show, and he was like gushing about it, like it was adorable,
like just geeking.
Oh, dude, like if you met, like if we met like at one of the Avengers, like if we met like Chris Evans, like Captain America, it'd be like, oh, hey Chris, I really love your work in Captain America, like
you do have America's ass, bud.
Yeah, like if you met Robert Downey Jr., it'd be like, oh, Robert Downey Jr., pretty much, I've always said that you were born to play Tony Stark.
Back in Heart and Souls, when before your career really took off, I could have said you were definitely going to play Tony Stark.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Man, every time I talk to you, I feel like we find just another one of those movies.
Yep.
That movie is so good, and also I cry so much while I watch that movie.
Yep. That little kid crying fucks me up, dude.
Dude,
when they leave him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the girl ghost.
Yeah.
Fuck
just
me.
all of it, man.
That's a good movie. Charles Grodin is in that movie.
Back in his coke days, he was railing coke. Fucking being a wild child.
Does that mean they are all? I mean, because Robert Downey Jr. is in that movie too.
Yeah.
They're all railing coke in that movie, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because isn't one of them also? Hold on, that cast. Now I gotta look it up. This is not sports related, but now I'm thinking of another person that's in that movie.
I think I know exactly who you're thinking of.
Hold on here. The cast of that movie. Tom Sizemore is also in that movie, and Tom Sizemore I know has done so many drugs.
Oh yeah, this is exactly who I was thinking of. The guy.
So you got Robert Downey Jr., you got Charles Grodin, and Tom Sizemore. Dude, they were doing lines off of Kira Sedgwick's ass. I'm almost certain.
Oh yeah.
Great movie.
Well, here's the thing though, and now, hear me out. I think Robert was a clear-cut guy till he made this movie with these two dudes.
Oh yeah, Tom Sizemore. They're the ones that corrupted him.
Yeah, they had to have.
Had to have been.
Let's look at.
I'll tell you this: if the dad from Beethoven tells you're going to do some cocaine, are you going to do some cocaine there, Sean?
Oh, I'll buy it even.
I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna do a line, and then I'll go Beethoven.
Okay, let's see.
Whatever. I don't even fucking remember those movies.
I like our conspiracy theory here, but I don't know. That could have been like the peak.
That could have been.
Let's see.
I like the story though. I love the narrative.
Well, because think about
he goes into Heart and Soul, and then Tom Sizemore.
Because he wasn't doing coke during Weird Science, right?
I don't know.
And
maybe it's the 80s, man. I don't know.
Yeah, he might have.
All right. So basketball. I do think this year. I think for the NBA Finals, I do think it will be the Lakers and the Nets. I actually do think it will be the Nets will win the East. I think that's a scary team, and if they're gelling and they have the chemistry that they've been having and that's working, I don't see why they couldn't do it. I think the Miami Heat were a good team, and for the bubble, they should be so proud of what they did. I just don't see them repeating that success. I think that was kind of like bubble success. Kind of like, well, I mean, the Blazers had bubble success. The Suns had bubble success. Like, I just think that was a different game. Now, I don't think the Lakers were bubble success. I think the Lakers probably would have been even better if they weren't in the bubble.
Yeah.
I just don't know how the Lakers would have lost, honestly.
Yeah, they were dominating. So did you see that freaking win last night from Portland?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Last second.
I rewatched that whole last 12 seconds. Like, what? I can't even believe
that was an insane game.
I can't believe he got in the ball and was able to get a jump ball. That was so crazy to me.
Dude, Damian Lillard, though.
Oh yeah.
That guy, I just don't even he's not human.
No, dude. Yeah. So what about the Jazz? Do you think the Jazz are for real? That's a question I have.
So I don't know. I want to say yeah, but also I think regardless of whether or not they're for real, I just don't think that they're. I don't think it's going to be enough. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like if they're for real, I don't think it matters because I just don't think it's going to be enough. Because I think it's going to come down to what it used to be in the East, which was like, I remember who was it? I mean, who would I hear say it? It would be Dan Patrick. He would say, "It doesn't really matter what happened," and actually Zach would say this quite a bit too, something along these lines. But basically, like, do you remember when like LeBron was in the East and he never won the East? Like he never won the regular season. It was always like Toronto or the Pacers or somebody else would win the East, but then they'd go in the playoffs and LeBron's in. Like he's been in 10 NBA like finals.
Yeah.
So I think and so Zach would say this, and I'd hear Dan Patrick and a few other guys say this, but you have to beat LeBron 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the way the West is now, too. Mm-hmm. The Lakers could have a huge losing streak and not be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I just don't know that it even matters. You have to beat LeBron 4 times.
And
that's the way the East was.
Davis is insane.
Yeah, and then you got Anthony Davis, and then now they got some shooting and stuff, too. I
haven't watched a lot of games. Well, now that you have the pass, that is going to change.
Well, dude, I think the Lakers were really good last year, and I don't think they were anything last year compared to right now.
Yeah,
like they got way better in the off season, and I don't know, man. That record I think makes absolute sense.
What about the Warriors, though?
It's nice to see the Warriors back in it.
At least Steph, he's great.
At least Steph, but here's the problem: is that it's still no. It's not without Klay Thompson. It's hard to make a case for him.
Yeah,
man. There was a little while there where I thought James Harden was going to go to the Warriors.
Oh, during this year?
Yeah, when he was looking for a team, and but the only problem is I think like the Rockets, it's like those teams don't really like to deal out to other teams in the same
conference.
Yeah, like they don't.
Yeah.
But there was a few of things where I saw like there was like, man, like here's what they could get, and here's what, and I was like, man, is he gonna go to the freaking?
Is he gonna go to the Warriors?
And that would have been insane.
Can I ask you something a little off topic? What is this old fuck doing out here?
I don't know. It signed me out, and I have to figure out how to get in.
Well, you know which old fuck I'm talking about.
Is it?
Yeah, you know who. Say it. Say his name.
Is it Ric Flair?
No. Goldberg, man.
Oh, yeah. He's wrestling today.
What the fuck's he doing? Just wanted to get...
I don't know.
Get a couple... Get a paycheck? What?
I don't know. I got to figure out my stuff because it just logged me out. And
does he chew gum while he wrestles?
He might.
It looks like he has some gum in.
We're starting that, man.
Well,
we're gonna call it pretty soon here on this one.
That was pretty epic. Well, I mean, not much else to say. I mean, we can cover a lot more next weekend. So,
All right.
Because I have some questions. I want to ask some stuff about the draft and the NFL draft and the Jags and some other random stuff. But I want Zach to be here for that too. So
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign us off of here, and then I'm gonna get us all on the other stream.
All right, brother.
I'll send you the invite.
Okay.
All right. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Go Warriors!
See you in a minute. Go Warriors.